Today we are going to be painting these wooden boxes and with our acrylic paint, and then afterwards we are going to be applying imagery from magazines or from your own artwork, and we are going to seal it with Mod Podge, and that is called Decoupage. So I hope you guys enjoy the project, and when you're finished, if you would like to send a picture in through Full Spectrum Forms Facebook page or through email, we would love to see your artwork. I hope you enjoy. Bye. Let's see what's in the number 4 bag. Okay, we have paper plate. We're going to use this as our palette for our paints. We have the box that we are going to paint in decoupage. Set that aside. We have the Mod Podge. This is what we use as our final step when we seal our magazine clippings or our pictures to the box. We'll get into that in a minute. And then you also have some scissors and some extra paintbrushes. Set that aside. And you should have a big box of acrylic paints. Now remember, acrylic paint is permanent when it gets on your clothes and is permanent when it dries onto surfaces, so you want to be careful. There's also some extra brushes in there for you. Those will come in handy. Okay, so to get started, we are going to paint the box first. In addition to what you got in your bags, you guys will need a container of water and some napkins. So I'm going to take that napkin and set it down. Now you should also have in your box found a magazine. That's for you to clip images out of that you want to put onto your box at the end, or maybe you have some artwork that you have created. My daughter had created some artwork, so I'm going to make this box for her, so I'll put that on. So I'm going to set that aside for now, because for now I'm just going to paint the box. So I'm going to pick what color I want, give it a good shake, and then see if it's sealed. If not, you should just be able to pour it. So we're going to have to open each one up and make sure that it's not sealed, and it is with a little plastic thing. So, whoop, yep, that's why we have napkins. Okay, so we're gonna take the lid and put it back on. So each one of these has a little plastic cap on the inside that you'll need to take off. So I'm gonna take my plate and pour a little bit of paint on there, and then use my brush. And I'm gonna paint my whole box any way I want. I did a little fast forward on you. So here's my box already painted. Painted the inside and the outside. And if you can see, there's this little texture on there of where I used a paper towel and I crumbled it up, and then I dipped it in my paint a couple times, and then I used that and I just kind of sponged it onto there to add that cool little texture. So you can feel free to do that as well. Okay, so now it's time. I made sure my top was really dry because that's where I want to stick my magazine clippings or any kind of artwork on paper or stickers or anything like that. So I have my pieces of artwork. Have this little painted piece of paper and then this little drawing. So the first thing I want to do is I want to use the Mod Podge, and I'm going to pour a little onto my paint palette paper plate. So I'll go ahead and do that. And it's kind of gooey, you know, like glue. And then I'm going to use a paintbrush, preferably one that is dry. So I'm going to open up my paintbrush stuff and grab one out of there. Okay, and I'm going to scoot this over a little bit, that Mod Podge that I poured in here, and I'm going to paint the back of my image. So if you have a magazine, you'd be painting the back side of the magazine. So I'm going to paint it, and then after I got a good amount of it on, it's going to act as glue, and I'm going to place it where I want it to go. I kind of like it to hang off the edges like that, so I'm gonna just fold it over the edge. And if it comes up a little bit, I'll just place some more Mod Podge on there. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing for this one. This one's a little bit of a thinner paper, so it should be all right. So I'll put that one right there. Well, maybe I bring it down a little bit. There. Press it on there. Kind of fix the places that are coming up, if there are places that are coming up. Okay. Make sure it's on there. I'm gonna close my box. Okay, and then once I got all the stuff that I want stuck on there, I'm going to apply Mod Podge to the whole thing, but you have to wait until your paint is dry. So I know that the top of my box is dry, so I'm going to go ahead and do it so you can see. But if you have to wait a little longer, then don't be concerned. Just wait it out until it's absolutely dry so that you can apply it. So I'm going to grab some more of that Mod Podge, and now, because I've added everything I want, I'm just going to paint over the whole thing. Now it looks like it's going to be white, but it won't. It dries absolutely clear, so I'm not worried about that one bit. Paint all this. Whoop. Some of that marker, if you're using your own artwork or someone else's artwork instead of magazine clippings, it might smear a little bit, so you want to try to brush it as less as possible, especially if they used washable markers. But a little bit's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward it again on you. All right, and there you have it, the finished decoupaged box. Pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy.